Hi, everyone. It's me, Krylios, Team Racing Productions MC and producer. And joining me today is Tricia Duncan. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you so much.
It is such a pleasure to have you here. How are you doing today?
I'm good, and I love a good live stream, so I'm very excited to
Yes.
be with you today.
Awesome. Well, it's certainly a pleasure to have you here. And I want to kick this off with having you introduce yourself to our audience and letting them know a little bit about your background and experience.
Absolutely. My name is Tricia Duncan. I'm running for Ward 3 Council. I am the candidate that does not come to this campaign as a politician. I've never run for office before. What I have done is I've been a fierce community advocate. I got started with that sort of work at the elementary school where my kids attended. I was on the PTO board for a number of years and I finished up with the presidency. I immediately transitioned into the role of president of the Palisades Community Association. I live in Palisades. Our association has about 1,800 members and a very robust board. And that is where I learned what the power of community advocacy can really do. We worked with Mary Che's office to get funding for our parks, our trails, and most importantly, Ward 3 has a problem with overcrowding of public schools. And me, along with some community leaders, have been working the last 6 or 7 years to get new schools put in. And in the last 2 budget cycles, the city has invested $100 million into Ward 3 schools with that community advocacy. I have one child in 8th grade at Hardy Middle School. I have another child who's in 12th grade at a public charter school. So rest assured, I know a lot about the public and charter school system in DC and the potential that it has to be just terrific. I lived in DC for 20 years. I'm married to my husband and I live in Palisades.
Love that. Well, thank you for sharing, Tricia. Now, you are running for Ward 3 Council. You're running to represent Ward 3 on the Council of the District of Columbia. Now, tell me, what are those issues or challenges that you've observed in Ward 3 that you would love to tackle if elected to this role?
Well, I know I'm going to sound like a broken record, but schools. So there's a lot of work to be done. We've got some of that solved over here, but there's more work to be done on the other side of the ward. So that's going to be an issue. I also have a child in the special education system. So not only with the physical plant of schools, but also the funding of schools and how we can really help our students who are struggling is near and dear to my heart. Transportation is a big thing. I see our ward becoming denser over the next decade, and we're really going to have to reimagine how people move around. I'm really big into safe routes for school, Vision Zero, all of that. Healthcare for our entire city, particularly our maternal health, our Alzheimer's and elder care is going to be a big issue coming into this next decade. And of course, housing.
Certainly, housing. Well, tell me, what was it about this election cycle that you were like, I need to throw my hat in the ring, I need to be involved, I need to represent the people in a different way? What was it about this that really spurred you to make this decision to run for the council?
Well, people who know me personally, they were not surprised at all because I've been talking about this for a really long time. And I always said to everyone, I said, when Mary Che is ready to step aside, I'm throwing my hat in the ring. And I heard one day that she was retiring, and then I filed my paperwork the next day. So for those who know me, this is just a natural progression of what I love to do.
Certainly. Well, as you brought up, Mary Che is retiring, and because of that, it's opened the doors to a lot of people coming together, vying for this specific Ward 3 seat. Let everyone know, Tricia, why you are the best choice to represent Ward 3 on the council.
Absolutely. So it's a crowded field for sure, but people should vote for me because when you have come to this campaign from the community level, I know how to get things done. I know how to bring opposing views together. I mean, I've already stood up at dozens of meetings and been, shouted down with different ideas, and I still managed to get things done with developments that have gone on in our neighborhood. I've brought coalitions together, but the number one reason is constituent services. It's going to be my favorite part of the job. I'm certain I'm going to be spending over 30% of it on constituent services. So you should vote for me because I'm going to be looking out for you.
Awesome. Well, I would want you, I'd love for you to let everyone know, when voting begins for this, when is the primary, when's the general. So let everyone know.
Yes, so this year is a little bit different. DC is mailing all registered voters an actual ballot, not just an application to request. I'm told that these are going to go out around mid-May. Now in DC, we have what are called closed primaries. So I'm running in the Democratic primary, and you must be a registered Democrat to vote in that primary. All 8 or 9, 10 candidates are running on the Democratic ticket. So June 21st is actually election day, but voting will likely start a month before that because I heard in mid-May they will be sending out the ballots. So now's the time to start doing your research and meeting the candidates, and you'll be able to start voting, mid-May through June 21st.
Awesome. And so we want to remind everyone to get registered to vote before those dates come up. You don't want the deadline to come and, it's a whole thing for you to vote. So,
and could I also add that if you happen to be a registered independent, because there are many of those in Ward 3, because it is good to be independent, you will not be able to participate in this primary. But good news is you can go conveniently to the DC Board of Elections website and change your voter affiliation.
Certainly. And you can go to headcount.org as well to check your voter registration status, pledge to vote, if you just moved to a new place and something changed or whatever it may be, you just want to check on everything that it's good before the date to vote comes. So you can go to headcount.org to check your status, pledge to vote, and register to vote. Tricia, I would love to know, give me one of your favorite things about living in Ward 3.
I love living in Ward 3. We have amazing public green space to spend a lot of time outside, but mostly it's the people. We are a ward that has the most potential for change. And I'm really excited to see that progression in the next decade.
Wonderful. Now, I would love for you to let everyone know how they can find out more about you, more about your campaign, how they can follow you, keep up with what you're doing, as well as donating and supporting and volunteering for your campaign.
So all of those questions can be answered at my website, triciaforward3.com. 4 is spelled F-O-R. So Tricia for Ward 3, the number 3.com. There's a link to donate. There's a link to sign up. You can request a yard sign that is on its way. And I really could use your support. A lot of this is going to come down to fundraising. So if you like what you see, please visit my website, send me a donation. I am participating in fair elections. So every donation up to $50 is matched 5 to 1 by the public financing. So your dollars go a long way.
Awesome. Well, Tricia, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been such a pleasure to get to chat with you. And I wish you the best of course. I wish you the best of luck on your campaign. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Of course. Everyone who's watching, please follow me, Krylios, at It's Krylios on Twitter and Instagram, and follow everything Team Racine Productions at Team Racine on all forms of social media. Like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. But most of all, thank you for watching. Bye, everyone.